Salutations, everyone. Tonight is the long stretch of 3 out of 4 race nights this week. And tonight we're going to get some Bush League action with our Sylvania Bush League taking to the track at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm going to do a slight save as race 4. So, quick recap. The winners for this season so far have been J.D. Arrington in the number 67, who won at California, or Fontana Speedway. And then the next week we had Cam Jordan just dominate at the Charlotte Roval. This last week we had the number 99 of Clarence Bonner win the 8 Bull. So hopefully we're going to see some action at Atlanta and maybe another new winner on the season.
Favor, just touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it. Favor, just touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it.
Yeah, I know this race is a little bit later than my last few nights. Having worked but luckily with my busy schedule I'm still able to make time for the race tonight. This will be the first on-track action I've had at the new Atlanta track, so this will be fun to watch. Everyone's been pretty civilized with very little wrecking and cautions in the last few races. So our front row is Bella Fawn and Ewan What Army. In front of Tyler Aspinall, Roland Heidfeld. Then we got Skylar Dixon and Jules T. Roll, followed by Ryan Blaney and Adam Starr. And then you've got Justin Day2 and Clarence Bonner to fill out your top 10. Be 114 laps, which is 147 miles here at Atlanta. And the green flag has dropped and they are off. Belafon gets off to the early lead here as Tyler Aspinall creeps up into second. Belafon gets the early lead, and Tyler Aspinall gets shuffled out into the high lane. Looks like we might go... Nope, they didn't quite go 3 wide. The new layout of Atlanta is really slick. Very high banking, makes it look almost like a super speedway. Actually kind of reminiscent of Darlington. Tyler Aspinall looks like he wants to take the lead early in this race. And he's gonna... Looks like he's gonna get the job done here. Roland Heidefeldt's peeking out there on the center. Got a bunch of drafting action going on up front here. Belafon's holding on strong there in the lead. Nadakagum is still holding up the rear of the field. Got some 3 wide action here with Hergeson, Reams, and Bush on the inside there. Hopefully this don't wind up in a wreck. And then you got our previous winner in the season, Cam Jordan, running deep in the pack. Lynn Farrell's having a decent showing. Well, at least better than how he's shown in the last few races. Micah Mixer. Let's see, our leaders are getting kind of shook up here at the front as we've got You and What Army fighting now for second. We got our first caution of the race. It looks like it might have been that 3 wide fight we had with Bush, Hergeson, and Reams. Actually, it was a little bit higher up in the pack than that. Oh, and Arrington gets in it. Let's see where it all started. Up, Dave Wilson gets collected, taking Justin Patrick, Connor Cooper, JD Arrington, number 48 car of Ethan Creech also gets in it. He almost missed it all, but the 38 just clips him and spins him out. That hit on the wall probably didn't help any. So, bummer deal for JD Arrington. Connor Cooper as well. Justin Patrick was also an innocent bystander in all of it. Coming back through for the caution, our lead still belongs to Belafon over You and What Army, Skylar Dixon, Roland Heidfeld, and Tyler Aspinall in your top 5. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward as they go through pit stops. It looks like Belafon and Ewan come down for pit stop. Pushing Skylar Dixon, Heidfeld, Aspinall, Blaney, and Clark now as your top 5. The 67 of JD Arrington is most likely out of the race. He will finish 35th on the race. So yes, out of the race is Connor Cooper, Justin Patrick, and JD Arrington. And numerous other drivers were damaged in the melee. The lights are out on the pace car, so the next time by they will go green. If Skylar Dixon can pull this off, he stands to gain a lot of ground. He's 26th in the points. Roland Heidfeld also would have a good showing. He's sitting 14th in the points and really needs a good day. And then you got Tyler Aspinall, who's sitting 3rd in the points right now. By the rest of the drivers, he would likely take the points lead. Roland Heidfeld gets out front to lead the first laps, and maybe even the first laps he's led in the series this year. Ryan Clark is also a surprise factor, as he's normally not running up front. having a good showing right now. You can see Logan Nagy in the background there in the Cheetos car. He's your third place points person. It looks like last week's winner, Clarence Bonner, is having some troubles out in the high side. Been rubbing up against the wall. As he is running deep in the pack. And we got Skylar Dixon, who got stuck in the high groove there and took up a little bit too much real estate. He's going to pay dearly as he's dropped about 3 or 4 spots so far. Our original pole sitter and leader, Bella Fawn, has fallen back to 10th. As we saw there, Ewan also got a little bit too high and kissed the wall. Potentially 4 wide, 3 wide, not quite 4 wide. Tristan Reams is closing in on the top 10. The trio of them were struggling earlier at the back of the field. It looks like 2 of them have made it to the front with Chris Hergeson and Tristan Reams. All in the meantime, Roland Heidfeld is still out front leading over Brian Clark, Tyler Fink, Tyler Aspinall, and Ryan Blaney. Then you got Tyler Landa, Ewan What Army, Joshua Harrison, Logan Nagy, and Skylar Dixon. Tyler Aspinall is losing ground on the inside, which is kind of surprising. Aspinall is still struggling here as he's losing position after position. couple races back, Ryan Blaney had a second place at the Charlotte Roval. And all of his other races have been hit or miss. It seems like he's on a hit today. We might have a potential fight for the lead here. If these two get side by side, that'll probably bring a couple other cars into the picture. Brian Clark is going to try to execute the pass on Roland. It doesn't succeed. Roland gets the run off. Ryan Blaney now on the high side. Tyler Fink with a run, thinking about maybe making it 3 wide. Decides better against it. And Brian Clark has fallen 3 spots. Back to 5th. Ryan Blaney now into 2nd. Fink and Landa running 4th and 5th. What Army seems to have had his fair share of bad luck this season so far. One cure-all for bad luck is always a good finish. It seems like he always has a car that is running up front, contending for top 5s and top 10s. But there's always something, whether it be bad luck, bad pit stop, or mechanical failures, it seems like has kind of slowed his pace this year. The one driver that seems to have hit it strong right out of the gate is Tyler Aspinall. He's been quietly collecting top 5s and top 10s to start the season. Not to the tune of the points lead, as Adam Gerber-Forian is the current points leader at the moment. We do have a lead change as Ryan Blaney, apologies we missed that on the broadcast there, and now Tyler Fink's going to try to take over the lead as well. This is the spot to be as we are getting some good racing at the front. A lot of back and forth action for the lead. Fink falls into 4th, What Army up to 3rd, Landa 2nd to Ryan Blaney at the moment. Aspinall's got a hell of a charge on Fink. As Blaney secures the lead, One Army now gets by Landa for 2nd. And it seems like we've kind of stabilized at the front here. Aspinall creeping in on the inside of Fink. Not gonna make the pass this time by. He's working on it though. Heidfeld running 6th, Skylar Dixon running 7th, Clark running 8th, Adam Starr in 9th, and then Joshua Harrison running 10th overall. Aspinall tried again, but did not prevail. And now he's got Heidfeld running up behind him. What Army's trying to make it interesting for the lead here. And it's going to end up biting him as he's going to lose a position to Landa. And possibly Fink here too, if he's not careful. Settles in right in front of Fink. Ethan Creech, after getting involved in that wreck, is struggling to maintain pace out there as he's about half a lap off the front of the field. Riley Sorrell Tracy must have suffered something during that wreck as well. You can kind of see that his hood's a little bit bunched up, so he's going to struggle for the rest of this evening too. And for 29th place, we've got Dusty Redding. 28th, we've got Nadak, Noah, Lucas, Micah, Lynn, Clarence, Mr. Driver X. The 72 of Dave Wilson is actually a lap down in 32nd. Then we've got Craig Bush for 21st, Cam Jordan for 20th, Chris Hergeson for 19th, Justin Day2 for 18th, Adam Gerber-Forian for 17th, Bella Fawn for 16th, Logan Nagy in 15th, Jules T-Roll in 14th. And these guys are off our lead pack, who are further out in front, where we've got Nelson Morrison, Tyler Disharoon, Tristan Reams, Adam Starr, Joshua Harrison, Skylar Dixon, Brian Clark, Roland Heidfeld, Tyler Aspinall, Ewan What Army, Tyler Fink, Ryan Blaney, and your current leader of Tyler Landa. It's getting interesting up front here. We're going to keep our focuses on the front as the lead seems to have shuffled up yet again. We've got about 10 contenders who all look like they have a strong car tonight. It looks like Joshua Harrison hit the wall pretty hard there, and he's going to start dropping like a rock. The way this is playing out, it looks like we might have our 4th different winner in as many races run. Amongst the front of the field, our most recent, or at least winner in the top, Now you gotta go all the way outside the top 15. Day 2 won the shakeup race, although that was not a points paying race. Our highest running winner of points paying races is Cam Jordan, who's sitting in 19th right now. That definitely puts into perspective how stacked the field is. We've got a bunch of heavy hitters out there who could win on any given race week. Just as I've mentioned before, a lot of these drivers running up front are on a redeeming race of sorts, as they've struggled for the first 3 races. This could be the big jolt that they need to kickstart their season. As most of the drama up front has kind of stabilized for now, we are slowly approaching halfway. Roland Heidfeld has made some slick moves to get himself back up into 3rd. He was about as far back as 6th. Tyler Aspinall struggled a little bit and has dropped back to 8th. And it looks like the lead pack is slowly getting away from 6th on back, as there's about 2 to 3 second separation on the other pack of cars. Ryan Blaney must be turning some fast laps, as well as Tyler Landa. Ryan Blaney gets by Tyler Landa to take the lead on this lap. Seems like the slower traffic of Tracy is going to hold him up. And I think that's probably what happened to the second half of this pack, was Ethan Creech's car slowing them up. Ryan Blaney's trying to find his opportunity to get by the lap traffic here. He's going to prevail, and this will allow him to drive away from 2nd place Tyler Landa. Ryan Blaney's getting away with a pretty steady lead. Half second over Roland Heidfeld. Heidfeld's going to make his way around Sorrell Tracy here. And things are starting to kind of get a bit monotonous here. Not seeing as much action at the front. Got pit stop for Nadak Hagum. Most likely a scheduled pit stop. Last one for the race. We're going to see a bunch others, so this will help break up the monotony at the front. We'll see whose strategy pays off. A bunch of the drivers coming in this lap will be able to get out on fresher rubber, potentially gain spots that they had lost on track. Looks like the lead pack is coming in now as this pack of cars coming out. Right now we're getting into the danger zone, as any caution could potentially jeopardize any strategies that have been playing out here. And the potential for caution has just gone up since we have slower cars coming off pit road, going on to a fast track of cars that are coming onto pit road. Looks like it's going to take them about a lap to get up to speed. And then we're really going to see how the rubber pays off. Currently in the lead is Adam Starr over What Army. I don't know if they are still out without having pitted yet. Yes, they are. So they're likely going to stretch it as long as they can, or potentially hope for a caution here, as that caution could help them with track position. And there comes that caution we were just so... the 29 of Tristan Reams looks like it was him involved as well. Man, that's a bummer. Oh, and it was our previous leader of Ryan Blaney. That is otherworldly bad luck right there. So Ryan Blaney, your top two drivers who are leading before the pit stops, Ryan Blaney and Tyler Landa. Tyler Landa gets into Ryan Blaney, spinning him out, but the worst is yet to come, as Micah Mixer and Tyler Aspinall both collide with Ryan Blaney. Let's figure out what happened to the 29 of Tristan. Tristan Reams was coming in, and I think he might have made contact with Blaney as he's spinning out here. No, he cleared. It wasn't until Joshua Harrison later down the track that Tristan Reams made contact with him. It also looks like Nelson Morrison was involved too. All just innocent bystanders in the aftermath of carnage. So a bunch of our top contenders for this race are out halfway through it. He made it through that one, but is not able to make it past Josh Harrison. So now this will really shake things up. I think Adam Starr is probably going to get the lucky break out of this all. And it looks to be true, as Adam Starr is currently leading the race with about 50 laps to go. So after the carnage so far in this race, we are down to 26 cars left on track. Involved in wrecks throughout the race was the 52 of Micah Mixer, our lap leading Ryan Blaney, unfortunately for him, is out. Tyler Aspinall, who was solidly in the top 5, wound up getting in a wreck. Josh Harrison in the 24. Tristan Reeves, who is having a solid top 15 run this evening. Nelson Morrison, Connor Cooper, Justin Patrick, and JD Arrington still struggling to keep the wheels under him after his first win of the season earlier. We've got 12 cars on the lead lap, and we've got 14 of them one lap down. This all happened because we had green flag pit stops when this last caution came out. So we have a lot of fast cars on the inside lane that are going to try to get their lap back. Adam Starr was the lucky beneficiary of that untimely caution. And that untimely caution involved our leader of the race, who was leading before those green flag pit stops, in Ryan Blaney. The pace car is off. We're going to get going back to green here. Adam Starr over Lucas Holmes and Driver X. Then we got Dusty Redding and Ewan What Army as your top 5 drivers. Clark here on the inside is going to try to get his lap back, and he's going to succeed it. It's going to have to come down to a caution for him to get his lap back completely. And the way things are right now, we're definitely going to see another caution, as we've got a bunch of cars. Got 5 right in front of the leader. That looks kind of hairy. And Adam Starr, evidently, they didn't pit during... Man, I don't know. That's, I can't believe they didn't pit under caution. So he forfeits the lead, as well as Dusty Redding forfeits his lead position on track. This puts you and What Army up into the lead at the moment. And a bunch of cars that were one lap down are deathly hoping for that caution to come out so they can get wrapped back to the rear end of the field. As we got you and What Army right there, we've got at least 10 cars in front of him. So your lead lap is now back to 20th place. And those 6 that are truly a lap down have been involved in wrecks throughout the race, so they're definitely the slower of the lap down cars. Our Roval winner in Cam Jordan has worked his way up to second. Amazingly enough, day 2 and your current points leader of Adam Gerber-Forian, who is killing it with consistency this year. And then you got Belafon running 5th. Noah Hobson running 6th. Last week's winner, Clarence Bonner, falling back to 8th as Jules T-Roll rolls into 7th. And that's the top 8 is your lead pack. 9th place is your first driver running out in front of the leaders to get his lap back. And that's the 14 of Fink, and then the 01 of Brian Clark. We still have high potential for another caution here. As we've got about 40 laps to go now. Our points leader would like to prove a statement by winning a race. The fact that he's been killing it with consistency, he's been able to get the points lead without a race win this season. Cam could potentially become the first multi-winner this season if he's able to get by What Army to take the lead. We got some lap traffic hindering him at the moment. And Jules T-Roll, teammate to Cam Jordan, is trying to sneak into the picture as well. Sorrell Tracy gets in the way and slows the pace for Cam Jordan there. And Adam rolls into 3rd. Looks like Cam's gonna get a little bit more work to do on Sorrel Tracy here. He doesn't seem to be a sitting roadblock as he picked up the pace in front of him and they're drafting, but now he's going to get by him, it looks like. In the meantime, T-Roll might be flirting with taking the lead over here. And successfully doing so, he's going to take the lead from What Army? Amazingly enough, these guys have not got their caution yet. They're definitely not going to catch up to the lead pack without a little bit of help from a caution here. But amazingly enough, this is all fight for a top 10 finish. As we've got currently sitting in 9th, Tyler Disharoon over Tyler Fink. Lynn Farrell, amazingly, is going to have a solid finish here regardless. I think his best finish on the season was about a 30th. So cut that in half and put him in 11th or maybe 15th. Much improved. Logan Nagy's looking to rack up some points to keep his point standings, position in the point standing, that is. You got Brian Clark, Heidfeld, Ferguson, Bush, and Dixon. The lead picture is kind of stretching out here as T-Roll and What Army have a sizable lead over Day 2, Gerber Forian, Fawn, and unfortunately it looks like Cam Jordan's struggling to find a little bit of speed out there as he's fallen back to 6th. Clarence Bonner in 7th and Noah Hobson in 8th. We still have roughly 30 laps to go here, so anything could and potentially will happen. T-Roll could wind up getting into lap traffic that'll slow him down, dragging this fast pack back up to the lead. Riding high and wide on the outside line there. They both get by Adam Gerber-Forian, bumping him up into the top 5. The lead remains unchanged, the 22 over the 21. That's kind of a neat little tidbit there as Lynn Farrell pops his way into the top 10, number 69. Their pace is definitely faster than that of the leaders. In the last couple laps, they've knocked off about 3 seconds. It's definitely going to be a little bit too short because I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch the leaders. As mentioned previously, the top two are non-winners this season so far. So it would push our counter to 4 new winners in 4 races. Another half second got knocked off the lead there. We're going to have to see some substantial fall off if they're going to catch them. Our points leader is going to have another good day as his other contenders fell out. Amongst the top 3, we had Adam Gerber-Forian, Logan Nagy, and Tyler Aspinall. Logan Nagy is still out there running, but he's running in 14th place and is going to lose points to Adam. Cam Jordan sitting 4th in the points. He can make up some ground on Adam, but it doesn't look like he's going to make up 15 points worth. Tyler Landa got involved in a wreck and is going to lose points. Chris Hergeson is going to lose points. Our current leader of 22 of Jules T-Roll is actually 30th in the points. So this will be a big victory for him to dig himself out of the trenches. Just under 20 laps to go now, and nothing has changed as it's T-Roll over What Army, Day 2, Bonner, and Fawn. We've got a lap car of Adam Starr after pitting when he did. See if he's just 1 lap down. Yeah, currently he's only 1 lap down, but he's got fresher rubber. And I highly doubt that it's going to be a game changer for him. He might wind up getting the lead back, but that might be about it. Might be kind of interesting to watch him for a while and see just the difference that fresh rubber makes. He's making passes left and right. We're only going to have 16 laps to go here shortly. T-Roll is growing that lead on What Army, as it's almost up to 2 seconds of a lead, 2.5 after that lap. The Toyotas have been a force to reckon with this year, as our first 2 races were won by a Toyota. Then we had a Dodge win the 3rd race, and we're sitting with another Toyota to likely win tonight's race. T-Roll is simply checking out on the lead. What Army is now 3 seconds back of the lead. 14 laps to go. It seems like a leisurely stroll out front. Even though he's driving away, this other bunch of cars here are still making up time. Now down to 16.9 seconds. These drivers might actually creep up into the top 5 here. And they still gain some time on the lead that time by. The rest of the top 5 is slowing down exponentially as their tires wear out. T-Roll must have did really well on conserving those tires. Must have had a little bit left in the bank. He's letting the dice roll at the end here. We are starting to see a developing trend here that we get our odds-on winner late in the race, and it doesn't seem like there's much anyone else can do about it. This race definitely had a little bit of everything. We had a bunch of contenders fighting for the win early on. A lot of back and forth action for the lead. But the mid-race caution that we saw ended up taking a bunch of those contenders out and greatly affected the outcome of this race. Jules T-Roll better count himself lucky, because I think this was Ryan Blaney's race to win had he not get wound up in the wreck earlier. He seemed to have the fastest car. The fastest lap time doesn't reflect that, as Ryan Blaney was 12th fastest on his fast lap. Justin Day2, who's still out there running, had set the fastest lap at a 28.7. And Day2 actually is now sitting 3rd overall. Noah Hobson in 4th. Clarence Bonner in 5th. Bella Fawn in 6th. And the crazy part is the lap pack that we've been watching this whole time are now on the tail end of the lead lap. The 28 is going to get right in on Adam Gerber-Forian here for 8th in the matter of one lap, it looks like. So even though they didn't see their caution, these guys kept running as hard as they could to catch back up to the leaders. And with the fresher rubber, they're going to make quick action of this, unless hopefully they don't cause another caution. Fourth place is still up on the table here. The top 3, your podium, are likely set. However, it looks like we might have a fight for third as Day 2 is closing in on What Army. I got some lap traffic separating them right now, so it ain't gonna happen this lap. Let's keep our eyes on the other pack here. Cam Jordan's making moves, getting himself back up into the top 5 here. Clarence Bonner running 4th. We've got a couple laps to go here, and Cam Jordan's making a late race pit stop, which that's unfortunate because he had a top 10 in his sights, and that ain't gonna happen now. He's gonna come out at least a lap down to his teammate of T-Roll. So this race got all kinds of messed up with that green flag caution that we had. A lot of the drivers were trying to stretch it long enough so they didn't have to pit like that with 2 laps to go. But because the caution came out under green flag pit stops, it totally screwed up all the strategies that we had. Consider it crazy, but Chris Hergeson has somehow found his way up to 4th. Tyler Disharoon settled into 5th here. Clarence Bonner up to 6th. Adam Gerber-Forian has stayed the course in 7th. Noah Hobson in 8th. But all in the meantime, our winner of the race is Jules T-Roll with a big lead over Ewan What Army, who come home in 2nd. Justin Day 2 in 3rd. And then Chris Hergeson with another solid top 5 finish. Tyler Disharoon also gets a top 5. Clarence Bonner going from winning last week, backing it up with a top 10 this week. The number 6 of Roland Heidfeld actually come home in 7th, passing Adam Gerber-Forian, who fell back to 8th. Noah Hobson, 9th, and Brian Clark, 10th. The rest of your finishers are gonna scroll by on the right there. A decent finish by Lynn Farrell. Didn't get his top 15 that I was hoping for, but still a solid finish. Cam Jordan fell all the way back to 25th after having a solid top 10 run. And the back of the field with our drivers that were out due to accident or other. So, a solid win for Jules T-Roll, showing yet again that those Toyotas have potent power. 4 different winners in as many races, which is a solid, shows how much parity that the Bush League has. Tomorrow the Cup cars take to Atlanta as well. So Will Power has been dominant this year, and hopefully Austin Cindric will take some points towards the lead on his teammate Will Power. He's been slowly eating away at that lead week in, week out. Will Power's accumulated such a lead on him that it's hard to catch up. Will Power could take off the next 6 weeks if he wanted to and still have the points lead. Which is crazy that it's been that way this year in my Cup Series. And that's what everyone in this series is racing for, to get up there into the Cup Series and duke it out with the best of the best. So, bummer deal for a bunch of the drivers that wound up in a wreck tonight. We don't see a wreck every week. When we do, they're usually pretty tremendous wrecks. So, there's always next week. And we're gonna see some good racing throughout the rest of the year. So stay tuned and good luck in the next races. Peace out.